country by people on both sides. Anti-abortion forces launched what they call a National Day of Rescue, and pro-choice activists were there for a face-off. Here in Los Angeles, the demonstrations drew some 2,000 people. Toby Marsh has a report.
Confrontations on both sides of the abortion issue began early this morning on what was called the Second National Day of Rescue. Locally, in the city of Orange, members of the group called Operation Rescue gathered just before dawn and put out the word that it would try to shut down an abortion clinic in Orange County. That turned out to be a decoy to head off supporters of pro-choice. But their destination all along was here at the West Coast Women's Medical Group in Inglewood, where members of Operation Rescue held a face-off in a confrontation that could be heard for several blocks. An anti-abortion minister was shouted down. There were occasional shovings, but no arrests because the clinic in Inglewood was kept open.
There are no major incidents of violence, and if there were, then we would have a bigger presence.
Both sides are trying to influence the Supreme Court, which will decide this summer whether or not to overturn the landmark Roe v. Wade case, which legalized abortions. Los Angeles was quite a contrast to demonstrations in other major cities in the U.S. today, where hundreds were arrested. In Maryland, anti-abortion demonstrators were dragged away by police in the rain. Similar arrests took place in Boston as well as Detroit. In L.A., members of Operation Rescue were outnumbered by pro-choice supporters by more than 2 to 1.
Now is not the time to sit on the sideline. I want to show my support for the pro-choice forces. I recognize other people feel strongly on this issue and feel differently, but I believe women fought long and hard for the right to control their own bodies, and they should not be asked to surrender that right.
Throughout the day, women who had appointments at the clinic were escorted in and out. At the end of the day, members of Operation Rescue solemnly marched to their cars and headed for home. Toby Marsh, Channel 2 Action News.